Since the beginning of civilization, no other metal has made such a multifaceted impact upon life as iron and steel. As the steel-making process became more refined during the Iron Age, steel started being utilized in various fields, leading to paradigm changes in the way people lived, worked, rejoiced, worshipped, waged war, stored food, etc. Life changed dramatically for better. Daily chores and livelihoods too witnessed sweeping changes. Plowing the fields became faster and easier, while arts and crafts also flourished. Household utensils and storage become better, while kitchens become more convenient. Weapons and shields become more effective, and the nations with higher steel productivity and utilization became the center of power and culture. Showing solidarity with the objective of resolution, the government stepped up its pace of setting up public sector steel plants all over the country. The first plant to be established under this new drive of the government was at Rourkela in Orissa. The next one to be set up was Bhilai in Madhya Pradesh. Subsequently, the third plant was established at the Durgapur in West Bengal. These three plants had an initial production capacity of 1 million ton ingots. After Durgapur, it was Bokaro's turn to establish a steel plant, this time in the state of Bihar. The relentless onward march of Indian steel only increased in its intensity after setting up the Bokaro plant, and the fifth public sector steel plant was set up in Visakhapatnam. Soon the entire nation was covered with steel and steel-related plants, including alloy steel plants, Salem Steel Plant, Kalinga Iron Works, Malvika Steel Limited and Jindal Vijayanagar Steel Limited. At this point of time, TISEC also launched its ambitious 2 million ton expansion program.
So, today we will discuss about one such company called Precision Steel Tubes Limited. The company was well established and a leading manufacturer of precision steel tubes with an annual turnover of 400 million rupees. The competition was in likes of Tata's and Jindal's. The main product of the company was precision steel tubes. As a part of company's growth profile and to maintain the leadership in market, Chairman and Managing Director, CMD, of the company realized the need to manufacture a new product called cold-rolled cold-annealed steel coils, which was a backward integration. Backward integration refers to the process in which a company purchases or internally produces segments of its supply chain. Although the company had been procuring cracked steel coils from Bokaro Steel Plant for sale, the quality of the raw material was not consistent, and the delivery was uncertain. Besides, other major competitors such as Tubes Investment Limited and Tata Steel had their own cold-rolled plants, which gave them a competitive edge in terms of quality and delivery of precision steel tubes. The CMD formed a task force consisting of senior executives from various departments. The major finding of the initial screening presented by the task force were as follows. Raw material for manufacturing of CRCA coils was adequately available from domestic or international markets. CRCA coils can also be marketed as a product to market segments like bicycle and automobile industry. The project was financially viable with a cost of 120 million rupees. The project shall be handled by in-house resource with aid of Indian subject matter expert. The cost of manufacturing CRCA coils was higher than purchasing from sale, was the only issue noted.
Business analysis. The initial report was discussed by senior executives and CMD. A few senior executives felt the profitability of the existing business would be reduced. The CMD therefore asked the task force to carry out business analysis considering 50% of the production of CRCA coils to be used for in-house consumption tubes and the balance 50% production to be marketed at higher prices as CRCA coils. A detailed business analysis was done by the task force, which included collecting and analyzing information on market demand, technical and application needs of potential customer, competitors' information on price, commercial terms, market share and production, information on imports and export,
decision on the new product and implementation. It was decided to go ahead with the new project, with initial capacity production of 24,000 metric tons per annum in the first place. Considering 50% of production to be consumed internally for precision steel tubes and the balance 50% of CRCA coils to be marketed to customers to improve profitability. It was decided to add 12,000 metric tons per annum in the second phase, so that 65 to 70% of the new product could be marketed at higher price and the balance to be used in-house. The company decided to go for initial public offer. With all the above, the company was successfully to start the trial production by mid of 1987. After the product launch, the rejection levels at the factory and at the customers' end were about 9 to 10%, which was considered as very high. The production manager attributed this to lack of experience in majority of the workforce. The customer either held back the repeat orders or gave small quantities of orders. The finance manager reported a loss in the company's operation for the year 1987-88. The SMD called a meeting of senior executives to discuss the performance of the company, and particularly wanted to know whether the company took the right decision in going for the new CRCA coils. So, based on the above facts, we have two key issues for discussion. Has the company followed properly all the steps of new product development process? Let us verify step by step along the process. 1. Idea generation. This step calls for a systematic search for new product ideas, update internally or externally. In this case, given the need, our idea of manufacturing the new product called cold-rolled cold annealed steel coils was generated from the competitors like Tube Investment Limited and Tata Steel, as they had their own plants, which gave them a competitive edge in terms of quality and delivery of precision steel tubes. Another critical reason behind the idea work backward integration was the fact that current suppliers say was not consistent with the raw material. 2. Concept development and testing. Developing the ideas into various product concepts and choosing the best one encapsulates the steps of the process. From the given case, it is seen that the company intends to procure raw materials from sale as well as imports. Also, the company decided to use some portion for in-house and market the rest portion to potential customers like bicycle and automobile industry. Additionally, the existing resource would involve in development of the product. 3. Marketing strategy. This step involves identification of target market, product positioning, product planned price, distribution, market share, etc. In the given company's case, most of the requirements were identified, like target market segments were identified as bicycle manufacturers. Product catalogs were made, pricing and other commercial terms were decided. Sales engineers from the existing branch were trained on the new product. 4. Business analysis. This step should include review of product sales cost and profit projection to see if they meet company objectives. In PST's case, the marketing department had carried out an in-house survey comprising all such information. The finance and technical department also worked on techno-economic analysis, based on which they decided break-even volume for the next 5 years. 5. Product development. Once the business analysis is done and is in line with object of the company, the product is developed. It was decided that the production will take place in 2 phases, with the first phase seeing an output of 24,000 metric tons. The second phase add 36,000 metric tons as a planned output, with 60% marketed to customer at higher price. 6. Test marketing and commercialization. In the given case, the samples were given against trial orders, suggestions were collected from customers on technical factors, technical teams were sent to customer sites to take corrective actions, and finally the product was launched. In a nutshell, it can be said that the company did follow most of the steps involved in new product development process. Company take the right decision in going for backward integration? Backward integration process, a form of vertical integration that involves the purchase of suppliers. Companies will pursue backward integration when it will result in improved efficiency and cost saving. For example, backward integration might cut transportation costs, improve profit margins, and make firm more competitive. Pros of backward integration: improvement in quality of CRCS steel coils, Opportunity to retain market leadership of Precision Steel Tubes. Provide competition to Tata Steel and Tube Investment Limited in terms of quality and delivery. Project cost within company's financial capability of Rs 120 million. Additional revenue and market share by selling CRCA coils to bicycle and automobile industry. Cons of backward integration. Higher manufacturing cost. No prior experience in manufacturing CRCA coils. Conclusion. From the pros and cons, we feel that the decision to backward integrate was a correct/right decision. Higher manufacturing cost can be nullified by the sale of CRCA coils. The product quality can be assured by continuous improvement in operations and upskilling of workforce.